yeah, I suppose maybe the majority of them. But again, in the book, and we have a list of things that you, as your dear friend, or as your family member, of the individual, you can test, you can see, you can evaluate. But again, we're not being dogmatic there again, because first, have the person see a neurologist, have the person be checked over. But there are certain things, there are certain signs you will notice if a person is suffering from possession.
Mm-hmm. All right. And this is a similar question. You may have already touched on it. Can a ghost take over someone's body like in the movie Ghosts with Patrick Swayze?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I noticed in that movie.
I just told the story of how, Sherry and I came together.
Mm-hmm. I noticed in that movie he had to train himself to his new ghost life to get good at being a ghost. He was a novice in the beginning, but later he learned how to be a good ghost. Right.
And that, of course, right away we say was fiction. That was not a documentary, mm-hmm. but something like that, has mm-hmm. occurred. Mm-hmm. And when you have a really fine, well-adjusted medium, those types of things will occur and can happen in a very similar manner to that movie. That was
mm-hmm.
a very good movie on many different levels.
All right, we have this.
The dark entities and the transference and the moving away once the entity Patrick Swayze in that mm-hmm. sense had been
mm-hmm.
satisfied.
All right, we have this question I want to get to. If ghosts, and this is from the live chat, Brad, if ghosts are spiritual, then how do they make the cold spots when they're present?
I don't know. I think that is something. I think that's a side manifestation. I've puzzled over that because when I'm investigating, that's the first thing I do is go find the cold spot. And it's really phenomenal sometimes. You can put your hand in it cold, you can breathe in it, you can see, sometimes it's just cool, but sometimes it's cold. It's frigid. And that obviously has something to do with it. We notice that when spirits occur near us, there's very often the lowering of the temperature. So, boy, I don't know.
Somebody's operating that temperature control.
Yeah, it definitely is part of it, and I haven't. I don't have a definite answer as to what it is. But it is part of the phenomena, and it must be an integral part of the phenomena. But how and why and what it does, I can't say with certainty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now this question is sort of in the aesthetic realm. Brad, why do you look and sound young even though you're 72? Brad, are you a time traveler?
Oh my God! God bless that person. You notice that?
Are you back from the dead?
You know what our email is?
Yeah. What's that?
Time Walker.
Wow. I thought it was Brad at backfromthedead.com. That's not it, though, is it? Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I guess I have good genes, I guess.
Mm-hmm. If somebody is haunted with a ghost, is it just imaginary? If somebody were to think they can, put up let's say like a cross or a picture of Jesus, and is it their imagination, or does a ghost see that sort of thing? And as you said, it seemed like you were saying, because you kept mentioning the word ecumenical, as if, whatever, you don't want to offend anybody with a certain religion, is therefore, if somebody puts up a picture of Mickey Mouse and believes that the ghosts don't like Mickey Mouse, that they'll stay away. Is it to that level, or does it have to be on a higher level, like I say, like everyone would say, well, certainly a ghost won't go past a picture of Jesus, but if somebody believed enough in Casper or, any kind of crazy cartoon character, put them on the wall, could it do the same thing?
Yeah, it's your belief, it's your faith in, and that's why, yes, my friend, I do stress the ecumenical, because if you want to put up, Ganesh, if you want to put up Buddha, if you want to, if Jesus or Moses or Swami Yogananda, I mean, if you want to put up anyone who you feel is a spiritual mentor to you, who you feel could, if that person were there, and in your mind and in your spirit and in your soul is there, helping you, defending you. What you're doing, once again, in the same way, with bursting out in song, is you're breaking the reception of the entity, and you're saying to that entity, I am not afraid. Be gone, leave me.
Okay. Now this
fear feeds them. That's just like giving them the most delicious pizza imaginable. Is giving them your fear. You cannot show fear.
A fear sandwich. You can give them a fear sandwich. Hey, what about this? Are you familiar with Andrea Yates?
Andrea Yates.
Yeah. Jeff wrote.
It seems.
Well, maybe.
Tell me more.
Well, this is a short question, but it's. Do you think Andrea Yates is possessed, inhabited? Wait a minute. The Andrea Yates of the world. So I guess evidently it represents a genre of people who claim they're inhabited or possessed or something. I don't know.
I guess I don't. The name sounded familiar to me, but I'm not. I don't associate it with possession.
Okay. All right. What about this question here? Do dogs have ghosts?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Many accounts of the dog ghosts.
Well, I got one of my favorite dogs is out in the backyard, and I mean, is it possible that the dog's coming up out the grave to see me, or what? How would I know?
I'm sure we all know that story. If dogs don't go to heaven, then I'm going to find another heaven. I mean, it's to me, it's right there in Genesis when the Lord looked upon all living things and breathed the breath of life into all living things, not just humans, not just old Adam, but all living things. So that breath of God, if you want to be parochial, if you want to be here once again denominational or whatever, the breath of God, the great spirit, the great mystery is in all living things. We all have a spirit within us.
If a person believes that they died, and let's just say evidently you're talking to them because they came back to life, how would they know if they're the same person that died? Is it possible that any of us have died and we're really not ourselves, we're somebody else?
I'm not sure I know what that person means.
Okay.
Are you talking? Is the person talking about temporary possession, or someone inhabiting the body, or?
Well, let me ask you this question: you had an outer body experience. Is it possible that if there's two dead bodies in the room and you went out of the body, could you come back into somebody else's body? I mean, people claim that they're not their self. That there's, there are those that claim they're somebody else. Is it possible that they had a near-death experience, left their body, came back in another body?
Well, that'd make a darn good short story. Maybe I'll work on that from a fictional point of view.
All right.
I think that could. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of instances. This would go back to the 60s, and there were a number of cases. I'm trying to call it back from the old gray matter here, Daniel. There were some cases I investigated where it seemed as though that had happened. Yes, it's coming back to me now.